Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're joining us because today we are going on a bit of a mission. We are going to rescue your mornings. Look, if you work on literally any kind of collaborative team, you know the morning meeting routine. But today, we're going to reveal the true, highly empowering purpose of the daily Scrum. We're going to strip away all those bad habits and look at exactly what the official Scrum Guide and industry experts actually say about this incredibly vital event. So let's be honest for a second. Have you ever felt your daily morning meeting was just a complete waste of time? I mean, I can pretty much hear the collective groan of agile teams all over the world right now. We have all endured those grueling, dragged-out daily meetings where you're just sitting there waiting for your turn to speak, secretly thinking to yourself, this absolutely could have been an email. It completely disrupts your workflow, it drains your energy, and frankly, it misses the point entirely. Okay, let's dive into this because this right here is the inciting incident for so much team frustration. The daily Scrum is not a status meeting. Seriously, it is not a managerial reporting tool where you just list off your tasks to a project manager. According to the foundational rules of Scrum, it is meant to be a quick, collaborative planning session. It's designed to optimize team performance and dynamically adapt your plan for the day. If you're just reading off a list of things you did yesterday, you're missing out on the entire power of this framework.
Section 1. Daily Scrum versus Stand-Up.
To really fix our morning meetings, we first need to define the divide here. People use these terms interchangeably all the time, and they really shouldn't. On one side, we have the daily stand-up. Now, this is a general agile practice. It's flexible, it's all about status visibility, and it might include managers, leads, or cross-functional stakeholders. Great tool for sure, but it's broad. On the other side, we have the daily Scrum. This is an official, highly structured Scrum event with a very defined purpose. It is strictly for the developers on the Scrum team, and its entire existence revolves around one single thing: inspecting progress toward the sprint goal. It's a specific mechanism for delivery, not just a casual check-in.
Section 2. Mechanics and core purpose.
So we need to strip away those toxic habits that have kind of crept into our offices and reestablish the strict yet super empowering rules of the Scrum framework. And to do that, we have to start right here. 15. That is your magic number. The daily Scrum is strictly time-boxed to a maximum of 15 minutes. Why? Because it exists to keep the meeting brief, highly focused, and action-oriented. It's not a detailed problem-solving session. You know, if a massive blocker comes up, you don't spend 20 minutes fixing it right then and there while the whole team awkwardly watches. No way. You flag it, you park it, and the relevant people collaborate on it after those 15 minutes are up. That constraint forces clarity, and it actually respects everyone's time. Now, if the 15-minute time box is your boundary, the sprint goal is your true North Star. The whole point of the daily Scrum is for the developers to inspect their collective progress toward this specific goal and then collaboratively plan out the next 24 hours of work to actually achieve it. It's literally the shortest planning horizon in Scrum. You aren't just doing work to do work, right? You are constantly aligning your daily actions to make absolutely sure that the single, coherent objective of the sprint is going to be met. But man, without that focus, we fall into what agile experts call anti-patterns. Look at this list from Scrum expert Stefan Wolpers. Do any of these sound familiar? People diving way too deep into problem solving and totally blowing past that time box. Managers treating it as a command and control session to gather performance data. People treating it like a factory siren just to punch in for their shift. Or, oh, how about the classic ticket numbers only update? Yeah, yesterday I did ticket 123, today I'll do ticket 124. That provides zero value to the team. These relatable frustrations just destroy self-management and turn a really powerful planning event into a mindless daily chore. Section 3. The Scrum Master's Realm. So, if managers shouldn't be commanding the room, who actually runs this meeting? Well, now, what's really interesting about this slide is this incredible quote from strategic advisor John McFadyen. Listen to this. If the Scrum Master has done their job effectively, they don't technically have a role within a daily Scrum. This is a massive aha moment for so many teams. The Scrum Master doesn't facilitate it. They don't call on people to speak. The meeting belongs entirely, 100%, to the self-managed developers. Basically, unless the Scrum Master is actively working on sprint backlog items as a developer themselves, their job during this 15-minute window is simply to ensure the meeting happens and stays within the time box. That's it. They observe, they might identify impediments to help remove later, or maybe spot opportunities for the team to improve their collaboration. But the developers lead the dance. They hold each other accountable, they adapt their own plan, and they figure out how they're going to win the day. That is what true empowerment looks like.
Section 4. Moving beyond 3 questions.
So, if the developers are completely in charge, how should they actually structure the conversation? Well, it's time to challenge the rigid routines we've all been taught to just blindly follow. For years, the gold standard was this traditional step-by-step format, the classic 3 questions. What did you do yesterday? What will you do today? What's in your way? We'd go step by step or maybe in a round robin, and everyone would recite their answers. And look, honestly, this is a great starting point. It gets teams aligned. But over time, if teams aren't careful, this just morphs into that robotic status report we talked about earlier, where everyone is just politely listening while secretly waiting to give their own update. So the absolutely crucial point here is that you don't actually have to use those 3 questions at all. In fact, the 2020 update to the Scrum Guide officially dropped those exact questions specifically to encourage flexibility. Developers are fully empowered to select whatever structure and whatever techniques they want to use, just as long as the 15-minute event focuses on progress toward the sprint goal and actually produces an actionable plan. Need an alternative? Check out this brilliant modern example from Agile practitioner Sam Falco of how teams can completely break the mold. It's called the Fist of 5 approach. Instead of robotic lists, the team starts by reading the sprint goal out loud. Then they simply ask, how likely are we to achieve this? Everyone votes with their hands, holding up anywhere from 1 to 5 fingers to measure their confidence. If the result shows low confidence, the team immediately zeroes in on discussing the hidden blockers holding them back. This completely shifts the focus from individual task reporting to actual team collaboration and strategy. It's just an amazing way to stop reciting lists and start taking true ownership of the sprint.
Section 5. Virtual and async scrums.
Now, obviously, we don't all sit in the exact same room circling a physical whiteboard anymore, do we? But remember, communication and collaboration are the actual goal. The format is just the vehicle getting you there. For distributed teams, finding a synchronous time without disrupting everyone's workflows can be a total nightmare. So lots of teams successfully run asynchronous daily scrums using tools like Geekbot or just dedicated Slack channels. This lets developers update the team without breaking their deep focus. Other teams prefer synchronous video, but utilize tools like Stand-Uply to keep the flow organized. And hey, if you are on video, Agile experts even recommend taking full advantage of the remote setting. Do a quick show and tell before the 15-minute timer starts. Introduce a pet, show off a new coffee mug from your home. It builds psychological safety and trust, proving that the daily scrum is a flexible, human tool, not some rigid prison. Which leaves us with this final, vital question to ask yourself tomorrow morning. Is your team just reporting status, or are you actively planning to win the day? The Daily Scrum is your team's ultimate strategy huddle. It belongs to you. So take these concepts back to your team, claim your 15 minutes, and transform your next morning meeting into the powerhouse of collaboration it was always meant to be.